in red. All right, guys, another round of the $200 Big Little Lake Blitz World Series tournament. So we've already worked through a couple games. We got Zane beating Gino, Quas beating Berg just now. So those two are moving on. Quas, Berg, and Zane dropping down to the loser bracket. I haven't updated Berg's movement yet. But now we got Ed and Legend. Ed and Legend playing each other. Best of 7. Yeah, let's get it going. Already in the house. Come on, Legend. Come on, buddy. Yeah, so this should be a pretty good matchup. So we saw earlier. Well, let me smash the intro, then we'll get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series.
All right. So back at it here. We got Ed in red in the top left, fighting out of the US of A. We got Legend in yellow in the bottom right, fighting out of Jordan. So we just saw a similar matchup with Berg and Quas. Now you got Legend in the bottom right. Legend is a traditional Red Alert 2 player, one of the best in the world right now. He's tried and true with the classical mechanics, the classical gameplay. Now he is not a very experienced Blitz player. He's only played Blitz a couple times. The first couple times he was in the last tournament, didn't really practice, lost his first game, quit out, that kind of thing. So he hasn't really got that many Blitz reps in that I know of. Now, coming into this tournament, it is a $200 tournament. I'm sure he's taking it seriously, so I'm sure he's got some reps in. So it'll be interesting to see what look he gives here. Now, Ed up in the top left, of course, Ed is a tried and true battle-hardened Blitz player. He's been in the last 2 tournaments. He's placed in both of them. He has tons of reps with Blitz. So Ed, to be fair, is a traditional player. He's been playing for 15 years. He's a professional player and a great traditional player. But traditional match, Legend, I would say pretty far ahead. Whereas in Blitz, we'll just have to see what kind of reps Legend's got in and if he's able to turn his traditional superiority into game-winning moves on Blitz. Now we see a ton of conscripts from Legend, not super common, so that'll be interesting. But Ed is ahead on tanks, ahead on the base walk, and that bunker, but ooh, that bunker's out of position. And if Legend can hit, Legend can target that bunker and get a nice chain reaction if he does. But Ed's able to snuff out that bunker nicely. Yeah, Root in the house with the notebook out. Smart, man. Get the notebook ready, Root. You're in the next tournament, buddy. You're in the next one. Study these guys. We're going to see some good plays here, but Legend pulls pretty far ahead from on that engagement, but Ed's still with that bunker, able to keep a line in the sand, stay safe. Small back for more, already in the house. Glad you guys came back, man. After that computer crash, pretty devastating. Glad we were able to get things back up and rolling here. So Ed now going to push in with oil derricks. Now we've seen this before from Ed. If Legend does not snuff out these oil derricks quickly, Ed will continue to build oil derricks. Well, there you go. Ed will wrap his oil derricks around the enemy's base, creating bombs and securing his economy. It's very, very annoying. So you want to snuff it out early. And Ed just keeps throwing stuff at Legend, but Legend just keeps shutting it down. Legend way up right now. He's got the conscripts. He's got the tanks. He's going to storm right past those oil derricks and just keep pumping. And Ed without much left here. Legend's got keys to the kingdom. Backdoor. Takes the war factory. And we'll see what Ed can do. Ed, never count Ed out. He's a unorthodox player. He's got creative things up his sleeve. So, I'm sure he'll bring something interesting here in the rest of the series. But it is interesting to see both in that last Quas match and now to see these traditional top-level players. The engineers can't do anything. So Legend takes home that first one pretty decisively. Soviet versus Soviet, though. We'll see. Oh yeah, Snark in the house. Let's get Snark in here. Snark, can you hear me? Snark, it says you're muted. Unmute yourself, weirdo.
My bad. All right, how we doing?
What's up, man? What's up?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah, first game.
First game.
Ledge taking it pretty decisively. Did you see that first point?
Yeah. pretty decisively. I think, Legend might be a little bit more sneaky than we think. He does hang out in Twitch chat. He's seen Ed base walk strategy, and he was ready for it.
Yep, I think that's it. And I think this is finally the tournament where you got I think you have these players like Quas and Legend who are kind of finally taking Blitz a little bit more seriously, and I think we're seeing that they've got the reps in. The first Blitz tournament, like Legend literally didn't practice and stumbled in and got beat up and left, and I think now these guys are like, all right, it's $200, and I think they're taking it a little bit more seriously, and Legends playing, Legends played the map, same way with Quas. Oh, damn it. All right. I blame Snark for that. He came in and threw me off. Blame Snark.
It's the real deal. Players are starting to understand that Blitz is the real deal with hard cash, and all the pros want in. Everyone wants in. Literally every time you stream, there's another 2 pros that are like, "Wait, how come I'm not in the tournament?" All right.
Yep. And I love to see it though, because I want to just keep expanding it. Bigger and bigger tournaments, and like we did with this one, that semi-pro qualifier. Have these opportunities for less experienced players to get in and play. We can get everyone involved. Blitz is a big party. Everyone's welcome.
Exactly. As we go into game number 2 here, Allied versus Allied. Now, this is completely different from Soviet versus Soviet. What are we thinking, Ivor? Do you think Ed has the advantage here with his wacky style all over the place?
Yeah,
it's not the same.
I know. I think Ed, Legend obviously slightly less comfortable, and I think with Allied you prism walk, go in the air, go in the water, and Ed is the kind of player who I think will try to diversify like that. I think Legend wants to hammer home quick. Maybe GI. We see some early GIs.
From both of these players.
Oh yeah, both early GIs. Legend's going to want to try to end this quick. Ed's going to want to try to maybe kind of hang on, maybe. But Ed loves the GI rush. We see it from him often. We've seen it from him many times. And
this is a very committal GI rush, Ivor. This is a lot of GIs.
It's a lot of GIs. And going up, and this is interesting. He's taking multiple routes with the GIs. I like that. Yeah.
And now getting grouped up, but these 4 GIs from Legend, you better watch out. This might snipe something if he's not careful.
Yep, and I'm not sure if he's not scouted up there or what, but Ed is not. Okay, now he's just now going to defend the Legends GIs. And now, wow, interesting to not rush. He waited to get a Grizzly. Obviously Legend got the pillbox out. Ooh, little miscontrol with that tank. It took a little damage there.
Ed sold his MCV. What?
Wow.
What?
And
what?
Ed sells. But Legend's got a lot of GIs there. He's got a lot of pillboxes. And this map is made to, you're not supposed to run into the enemy's defenses.
No.
And the problem right now is Legend. Well, Ed's got 5 rhinos. Ed doesn't get anything done with his GIs though. Doesn't get a thing done with those GIs, unfortunately.
Yeah, Legend has way too many GIs. He can defend this easily.
Well, Ed needs to be trying to backdoor, try to get him out of position. You can't attack from the side you want him to. So now Legend committing to this bottleneck, and Ed needs to be looking to backdoor. Yep, and there you go. So now he's going around, and Legend going to try to push it. And Ed just seems a little bit unsure of what exactly he's doing. And now Legend pulls ahead on tanks. Ed's got GIs.
GIs on the right.
GIs on the back right. Legend's got GIs on the left. Everyone watch everywhere on the screen at the same time.
Easy. All right, stacking the oil there. What's Legend's response? But Ed loses his barracks.
And his power.
Oh, God.
Yep.
So now Ed has low power, which means heal production will be 50%, and he's only got a war factory. Legend keeps building, selling that MCV, man. That was not the move on Blitz.
Yeah, especially because, it seemed like Ed realized that his rush wasn't working. Like, he had already kind of pulled back and was like, ooh, Legend saw this coming. This isn't going to work. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm going for it.
Yeah, and that brings the score to 2-0 for Legend. Looks like Legend hasn't been sleeping, has he? He's been grinding.
Yep. And it was funny because we talk about these different players, different styles, different for all this stuff. And then when it comes down to it, Legend plays Ed's game and just beats him at it. That's Ed's, those early GIs, splitting the GIs, the backdoors, everything Ed was trying to do, Legend just served it up and gave it right back to him and did it a little bit faster and a little bit better. Yeah,
indeed. All right, so now it's going to be Soviet versus Allied. Legend starting with the Allied, Ed with the Soviet. Let's see what these guys can do.
Player defeated.
All right, so Ooh, so it versus Allied. Allied has been winning more games on this map so far, but it's always that way until the meta is discovered, right? And then all of a sudden it flips on its face.
Right. Yep. That's exactly right. And it was funny though in that we watched that whole tournament all day. Allied was OP. Allied was OP. And Frank kept saying Allied's OP. Nerf the GIs. Nerf the GI. And then I forget. And then in Luke and Frank's match, I didn't realize till afterwards. Frank told me he's like Frank won all of his battles as Soviet.
Exactly.
It was kind of funny how that goes.
Versus Allied.
Yeah, versus Allied. Yeah, it's so funny to see that. But yeah, as the meta changes, it slowly does change. But certainly on a map where a map where air, land, and sea, Ally just is able to diversify a little bit more.
Indeed. Which
Ed.
is why I'm starting to think, maybe Zed's strategy and Frank's strategy is the way to go as Soviets. Usually Soviet is the one who should be crazy aggressive. Maybe it's not that way here. Maybe you want to tech up here, get a dreadnought,
That could, yeah, I think that is interesting. Prioritize the lake, and also it's just like, a lot of times you're thinking, oh, maybe I can win with the Rhino Rush, and if I don't, I'll try to, maybe get my tech. It's like, you should prioritize early tech. You need the IC, and the IC is so valuable because there's the oil Dirks to hit. You can't force shield everything, and I think maybe prioritizing and getting an earlier IC could be definitely good for Soviet. But as we say that, Ed is bringing the red rush, shoving it down his throat right now. We're going to see the oil Dirks in his base. Might see Ed start targeting his own oil Dirks.
Oh yeah, we'd love to see it. Ed with his crazy oil build. Here it is. It's in Legend's base. Legend knows that if he starts killing these oils, he's going to be damaging himself. He's going for the bunker. Gets the bunker. But at what cost? So many pillboxes from Legend. The sentry gun spam from Ed a little bit slower than Legend here. And Ed is paying for it. This oil is going to go down.
It's going to take that battle bunker with it. And when he gets another oil down right before it, now Ed needs to target his own oil. Ooh. Yep. And with that, if Legend could have done it right before that third one came out, it would have been a pretty even exchange. But with that last one, Ed got it down just in time to complete the chain reaction and take a big hit there. And
exactly. And now Legend is on 3 oils and Ed is on 4.
Yep, and Ed needs to be careful with these GIs, and Ed continues the oil push here, continuing the oil walk into his base.
It's so obnoxious.
It is, but the thing is, whenever we see it work, you're also behind. You know what I mean? Like it's usually combined.
100%.
It's combined with It's just one more way for an early rush to and Ed's gonna take this one home with the oil walks.
Allied OP.
Yeah.
No.
I like that for Sove though. The early game and the oil walk is just one more thing in the portfolio. Bring the Connies, bring the bunkers, bring the Rhinos, and then light the fuse with the oil Dirks.
That's just crazy, man.
Player
GG.
defeated.
Wow. And taking one home and a beautiful game there out of it. Brilliant.
The oil walk. Oh my gosh.
This Ed dude is just nuts, man.
I
love watching his game. His style is so out of the box.
Yep, he's always looking to mix things up, and he's also the kind of player who realizes like he doesn't want to play Rhino Wars with a player like Legend. Like he knows that's not his thing. He's not going to play Legend's game. He's looking to mix things up, looking to shake and bake. But will he bring the GI rush again with Allied? Can you do it every time? I feel like the answer is no, but a player like Ed, you never know.
You never know. You literally never know. So they switch factions now, and it's Legend as Soviet versus Ed's Allied. Let's see.
Keep an eye on the barracks. Matchup. We can get a hype dance. Already redeems the hype dance. I like that. We'll get a hype dance going. We got a good match. Ed's putting on a show for us.
Hype dance. Let's go.
Dance. Woo!
Hype it up, boys. Hype it up.
Yeah, both players putting on a show, but I'm just glad Ed's not rolling over to die. He's he gets down 2-0. He says, "All right, let's get crazy." And so
crazy and Legend with a Connie rush coming out.
Legend
What's Ed's answer? The GIs are starting to come out.
A lot of conscripts. Wow, the conscripts flowing. What is Legend's next building going to be right now?
That is a lot of conscripts.
He's just continuing to walk 3 oils and spamming conscripts.
AFC out though. A few Rocketeers will definitely. Oh, sniper.
Ooh, early AFC, early sniper. Oh, and the conscripts
conscripts will overwhelm him. All right,
oh, and the dog on the backside. Dog doing work on the backside for Legend. And now a Rocky, and now he's pushing with the sniper. Legend will have a Rhino in just a second. Doesn't want to lose that sniper. 2 snipers now. A flak track. Counter that Rocky.
Wow. All right. So Ed holds this at. Oh, but a barracks right on top of his face.
Wow, and that's actually a good counter for the
Bunker's here. The bunker's
bunker.
here.
Oh, and
Oh, but it
Ed, where is
mills.
Ed's pill? Oh, Ed's broke. Ed's broke. That early AFC put Ed behind. The snipers are in a good position. The Prism Tower, that barracks is a good counter for the Prism Tower. He can keep the conscripts rolling, keep the Prism Tower busy possibly. Ooh,
Not with the
outranges it.
snipers there.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
snipers too,
Ed
yeah.
takes a cliff. All right, but the sentry gun comes up.
Oh yeah, the sniper Prism
Ed needs to get
Tower
out of there.
conscripts sniper Prism combo's nice.
Definitely nice here, and I'm liking Ed's position, man. He's gonna keep the prism walk alive.
Yup.
Conscripts are gonna go to the top right now. Ed better notice how he's
Yeah,
sending
and the
snipers up there.
snipers.
He does notice
And
it.
Ed and Legend, man, they're looking out for you guys and you spectators, man. They're putting on a show for us. I like that. Nick in the
Wow, this is
house.
just nuts. Oh,
What's up,
the
Nick?
war factory and out front is gonna go down. Ed gets it, gets an
Oh,
elite
the-
GI in the front line,
Really
and now he's gonna
controlled.
try and defend it back.
Oh.
Prism comes up. Wow, Ed doing a really elegant job here.
He is, and both players, both these players, are very calm, cool, and collect. You know, like even with these, nothing crazy. You know, they're in each other's face on one side. They still have stuff going on the back end. They're still developing a little bit. Yeah, both players a lot of mental fortitude. A couple conscripts on the back
Indeed.
right. Not enough to get much done. Okay, keep him on his toes though. Pull the Grizzlies out of position. Legend is getting kind of a scary amount of rhinos. We'll see if
Oh,
nice little counter punch from Ed. Slow down the Desos.
yeah. Ed gets the radar, which is nice, but where's his tanks? I feel like he wasn't producing for a while. Legend all of a sudden with a
Ooh.
huge army, and Ed hardly has anything. He does have a lot of prisons, though.
Yeah, as I talk about these guys being calm, cool, and collect, and maybe Ed may have been sleeping at the wheel for a second. He is getting pretty behind on Grizzlies. I wonder if his money was bottoming out for a second. He's got a lot of Prism Towers, so he his money.
Get out of there, Ed. All right.
Yeah. So
These
does
prisms doing work.
so does Ed continue the Prism Walk? What is Ed? I feel like Ed needs to continue the Prism Walk. I mean, he's getting out Rhino. The Prism Walks are what's in his portfolio that's going to mix things up. And especially right now, as we move into the mid game, if he can Prism Walk up, and there we go, if he can take out those Oil Derricks and slow him down, because Legend is pushing tech right now. Yep, it's time to
That would be
snuff out those
huge.
Oil Derricks, take a knock to his economy, and slow him down, because Legend's got some expensive stuff that he wants to be doing right now.
Oh, but Ed throwing away every single one of his Grizzlies.
Blunders the
All of them
tanks.
gone.
Oh no.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh yeah.
That hurts. The Dreadnought is out, and Ed is in trouble.
Wow, that's too bad. Yeah, that pathing. I mean, the pathing's tricky, but it's something you just have to be aware of with those cliffs. I mean, it's pretty. Some of our other maps, it's like anywhere you go, the pathing can get off. On this map, you just gotta be careful when you're close to the cliffs. But yeah, that's tricky. So Legend does get
Wow.
another point. The good news is Nuclear Commando redeemed the Lucky Unicorn for Ed. Now, if there's anything that's going to bring Ed back, it's going to be the Lucky Unicorn. So everyone cross your fingers. Ed's got the Lucky Unicorn down 1-3. And we move on to Soviet versus Allied again.
Okay, so Ed gets the Soviet. He did win this matchup last time, but Ed is behind. He is 3-1, which means this is match point for Legend. Legend wins one more game, and he wins the series.
Yep, it is match point if he can take it. Lloyd in the house. Hey, man. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, here we go. Game number 5. Can Ed pull out a miracle here, or does Legend take it home?
I know, but honestly, Ed's had, I mean, Ed had a pretty good look that last game. That's too bad. His Prism Walk was coming in, but the problem was the Dreadnoughts were coming out from Legend. Ed was in a pretty tight spot. He would have needed to do a few things really right. Legend would have had to make a few mistakes, but throwing all those Grizzlies, yeah, that was just too bad.
Yeah, indeed. All right, so Legend coming out with the GI Rush. We'll see what Ed's counter is going to be.
Yep.
Again, Allied infantry so powerful, so dangerous.
Yeah,
Except one Deso.
one Deso, yeah. It's hard to push that early tech, but it certainly seems to be the move, and there's certainly time for it. Radar would have to come right now, though. Ooh, and a lone sentry gun. Radar, ooh.
Radar's out. The Deso's going to be here any second now.
It's too
There's
bad to
that
have to.
Deso, Ed.
It's too bad to have
Oh,
to
there we
throw. And there go the GIs. Yeah, so through 1 century, not too bad. And he was, that was actually a pretty good build. You know, if you go too early radar, you can put yourself behind. That might have actually been the perfect build. He got his 3 oils and then got his radar and still had time to counter it. Legend didn't send him immediately though. So it's
Snipers are here.
snipers counter the Desos, back and forth, back and forth. The Tesla troopers.
Ooh.
Ed
I
with
know
some
War Factory. I guess that's why he went in.
Yep.
Locked here. Oh, and Legend's already teched up.
Super
Early
early tech
tech.
from Legend. And so Ed goes flat cannon for anti-air.
Killing the War Factory from Ed. What? Okay, there it is. Oh, Naval Yard in the center for Legend. I don't know, man. This is looking scary for Ed here.
Yeah,
Gonna
I
have to
mean,
make something happen, and soon.
yeah, if you try unconventional stuff, I mean, I don't know. Like, you can only get so crazy on a player like Legend. Like, you gotta stick to some basics at some point. Now snipers in that BF gonna hard counter majority of Ed's army, which unfortunately are infantry. Oh god. Oh, trying to counter the AFC from. Oh, so he has a. Oh, he's gonna get this or he's gonna get the aircraft carrier.
Yeah, the subs are here. The aircraft carrier goes down, but the BF is coming in. Full of GIs, it just melts buildings.
Yep. Wants to
Ed's
chase
gonna get
it. Okay, good. And so Ed now really committing to the lake. He's got 2 naval yards out. So what does Ed have going on the back end? Legends broke, so that's one thing going for Ed right now. And
And Ed's pushing in too much infantry for these
Ed's
snipers.
pushing it, overwhelms the snipers. Now Legend has to really manage that BF well. Takes,
Factory goes down.
and that is his only war factory. And forget everything I just said because
and the naval yard is down as well.
he has control of the Navy, and this is a nice push with these infantry. What does he do now? Takes the barracks? Tesla
Barracks goes
Troopers
down.
OP. Now the battle
Oh
lab?
my god.
Oh my god, the lucky unicorn. The lucky unicorn. Oh my goodness, what are we seeing right now?
The lucky unicorn is OP. Ivor, you gotta. I don't know if it's fair to even have that thing.
The
man.
lucky unicorn needs to get out of here. Oh yeah, and
Oh
Frank
my
comes in and says Sov's OP now. Frank. Sov. All right, can we nerf Sovs and Allied? Can we? The Tesla Troopers certainly.
Wow.
I just
That
need
is just nuts.
I just need to take a second.
That is just nuts. As the
Wow.
score now goes to 3-2. Ed is catching up here. Never count Ed out. Never. I was sure.
I was literally in my head like, stupid Ed making a joke on my tournament, not taking things seriously with his Tesla Troopers, and all of a sudden he gives us radical entertainment. Radical entertainment.
Lovely. As they switch it up again. And yeah, it looks like Sov's OP, Ivor. So far, Sovs have been winning most of the games.
That's true. Yep. And that's the biggest thing is just like the whole nerf and OP talk. It's like there should just be a rule. Like you can't use the word nerf or OP until you've seen the exact scenario played 100 times. You know what I mean? Like you can't just constantly be changing things. Like it's so tempting though. Like now, like these damn Tesla Troopers, man. How can they be stopped? You know. But now the next time someone brings a Tesla Trooper, they'll get snuffed out immediately. You'll be like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, definitely. All right. What's the plan, Ed? Last time you did not succeed as Allied versus Soviet. Does Ed have a different plan here to somehow manage to beat Legend down? Or is this over for Ed? Is it going to come to match point? Let's see.
I don't know. Yeah, hopefully they can give us a show here. Yeah, I mean, now Ed with a very conservative Allied building into his corner. The Prism Walk almost worked for him that last time. He just had a blunder. Yeah. So we'll see, but he's building into his corner. Gonna try to roll the tech. Probably try to get I feel like Ed's gonna build into the corner, protect himself, get some proactive pillboxes, and try to get an Air Force going and kind of play it from there. But but he's gonna have to figure out things quick because Ed is going to, or Legend's going to be on his doorstep in about 15 seconds. Navy SEAL out to counter. Navy SEAL in the IFE gonna destroy conscripts.
Yeah, but the bunkers are coming up. Double Navy SEAL. Oh, he might be able to snipe some buildings with these SEALs. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I like that. I like that. We don't see this from players very often. So Ed's just going to both. Oh damn, Legend on a lot of money. Ed not on. Ed's only on 2 oil derricks. He does not have the money to fund this right now. Back of his base. Back of his base. Back of his base. Navy SEAL unpacks it.
Oh,
Tanya could have got it done. A lot of conscripts for
yeah,
those prism towers. Where's bringing the Navy SEAL in? Oh,
there it is. There it is.
he brought that Navy SEAL way too late. That elite conscript still
yeah.
doing work. Ooh, Ed.
Can he hold on here?
Ed
Ed is
got
in
a-
big trouble.
Ed-
Legend all over the place, man.
Ed could have, if he would have brought that Navy SEAL in to take those conscripts out a second earlier. He does hit a war factory.
SEAL.
That is Legend's only war factory, and Ed is able to hold on to his barracks for the time being. But the Legend storm is not going to be stopping anytime soon. Barracks on the doorstep. Okay, the paradrop just in time. Nice pillbox. And Ed able to make his way to the surface and get a breath of air here for just a second while Legend doesn't have that war factory out. Not able to get that barracks though. And Ed doesn't have
Needs more GIs. Oh,
Ed,
no
oh, the
money.
bunker. And Ed doesn't even have the money to repair his MCV right now. Imagination
But he is
7.
winning. He is
What's up, man?
overwhelming here. Oh.
Oh. Oh,
Ulting,
all the war
ulting, gets him.
factory. Oh,
Oh
my
my
gosh.
God.
Ed going down. Navy SEAL now to completely nerf that barracks. Wow. Ed is being, like, literally going down scraping and clawing for his life right now, making this so difficult. Every battle for Legend is so hard fought right now. Oh, would have been a nice power plant snipe on the backside. Doesn't get it, though. Ooh, target. Okay, not. Conscript's getting a little work done. So now Ed has enough money to repair his MCV. And Ed trying to counterpunch, trying to slow him down. He knows he can't win this game on his heels. Needs to try to make something happen. The Rhino's coming. Tries to get a paradrop up on the hill. Legend counters quickly with a sentry.
2 sentries are there already, so that paradrop is going to be useless.
Oh, does take 2 sentries out, though.
Yeah, but a third one is already up
Yep,
there.
Legend's got a lot of money right now. Yeah, as we move, because this is
Oh,
kind
and
of...
he rushes in.
Yep, and this kind of devolved into a late mid-game here, and Ed just didn't have the money to support it. Sells the MCV. Oh,
Lots of war
saves! Oh,
factory.
almost saved the war factory with that
Almost,
MCV.
almost. So close. So close. Ooh, it looks like Legend is going to take this one home. Very well played from both of these players. Hectic. It's like the styles, Ivor. They're so different.
Yep.